Hi everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie coming back with another project. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers and those that have been with me during these projects. And I wanted to go back to doing something with trains. As I mentioned before, it is a hobby of my husband and I together. We do collect G scale, which is the larger scale railroad. We do have one that runs around in our house, and I just enjoy the train aspect of it. And we have gone photo shooting in different areas when trains come through tunnels, and so I'm just really intrigued with it. So that's something we do together. I had found these digitals. I think it's called Collard's Cornbread, but I will link his shop below. And these are just from New York Central. They're all different kinds of like tickets and schedules and things like that. So I printed some of these on some parchment paper that I had received I got from Amazon. I can link that below as well for you. And I like it because it's a little bit thinner. It made these look really cool when they were printed. So what I came up with, I've just kind of put it together, not really, but just kind of the pieces together. So I want to make a, it's like a train schedule, folio, flip out thing. Not really sure what to call it. But what I've done is I've got, first off, a piece of, this is just cream colored cardstock, and I have cut it to, let's see, find my ruler again. I just used my ruler. I was helping someone, a friend of mine. So the piece is, let's see if I can get this right. It is 9 3/4 by 7 1/2. And then I have just folded it 3 1/4, almost 3 1/4, just kind of evenly, so that it would end up being like this. And it's not exactly perfect, so I just folded it, whatever would be the easiest for me to do. And I've cut various of these pieces from the digital, and I may have to trim them a little bit, but I have cut several, all from the New York Central. And my plan is to have this on the front. And then from someone else, another digital, and I'll have to link it below because I can't remember the name exactly. They have these train pockets. So the train looks like this, and then there's a pocket that matches the bottom, so you could turn this into a pocket. I'm not going to turn it into a pocket. I'm going to back them, the same train, and I'm going to use it kind of as a little, I don't know, little thing on the edge that's going to open it up. That's my plan anyway. Along with these trains comes some little pieces of luggage, and so I'm going to use those on some of the other pages for pockets. And I have a few more over here that I'll grab, so I have enough for pockets. And then I have a bunch of tickets that I also printed out on cardstock, and I've cut these. I think these are also from Collards and Cornbread. That's what it's called. And I want to use some of those to go inside the luggage pockets. So that's my plan. I'm going to ink this. After I glue on these pages, I do want to stitch around it. I also want to stitch around the trains. So I got a lot of things that I want to do on this. So let's just get started. So I'm going to try my new Scorched Timber Oxide that I just got. And I want to see how that color is going to look with this. I think I'm going to just try it on a piece that I have over here off to the side and just see if it's something that I would want to continue using in this project, or if I want to go back and use something else. So let me just grab a new pad and we'll give it a try. I don't have a new one of these distressor holders with its name on it because I just got it. So let's just see how this is going to look and see how that's going to go with this. Actually, I think I'm going to go back to using vintage photo. I think that color is going to go better with this, so I will just put this to the side and use it another time. So let's just use vintage photo. And let me just put some on here because I think I really like, yep, I like that color better. So that's my sample. Okay, so that's what we're going to do is I'm going to ink around all of this, front and back and in the seams. So just like that. And I'm just trying to go over a little bit of the edge, just so that it'll be covered. Just like that. And then I'm going to fold these. I want to definitely add the distress ink to here. So I'm going to continue doing this and I'm going to finish it up and then I will be right back. Okay, I have it all inked up, both sides, and now I'm going to go ahead and add the papers on. And I might have to trim a little bit off, yeah. So let me just get my paper trimmer. Just going to trim this down just a little bit. I just want to take off just a little smidge on each side. It's not a lot. Still kind of want to have that little bit of border. And then I'm just going to take a little bit off the top. Oops. Ooh, almost tore that. All right, let's see how it looks now. Yeah, I need a little bit more off the bottom. So we'll take that off the bottom. And now that should go on perfectly. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim all the rest based on each page that it's going to go on to as I go along. So first off, let's ink this up. And I want to go ahead and glue them down as I go along. So ink it. Oh, got a little bit of an edge here that I need to clean up. Just grab my scissors. Oops, sorry about that. Didn't cut it. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be the front. So let's just glue as we go. The train will go on top of these, so I want to make sure that I get these down. Okay. Line it up. Trying to make sure it's even. Press that down. Then we'll just open this up and we'll do the next one. So the next one I'm going to trim all the way down to this border here. So let me just do that real quick. All the way around. Let me make sure on the top and the bottom that just a little bit off the top. Okay, and then this side. I know I'm off camera doing this, but I got too much stuff on my table right now. Okay, so here's what we've got, and that will go nicely right there. So I want to make sure that this will move with it not being obstructing anything. So again, I'm going to just ink around this. And glue this down. Right here. Again, lining it up. Want to make sure that top and bottom is even and side to side. And there we go. So now this can still fold nicely. And I'm just going to continue to do this, finishing up this side and the back side, and then I will be right back. Okay, I have this all done now. So here's the front. Opens up this way. Turn it over and opens up this way. So what I want to do now is I want to stitch around this whole thing. And I think I'm going to go all the way around each piece. And I've got these trains that I've cut 2 of, and I've tried to match them up and trim them down, but I did some inking on them as well. I want to stitch around each of these, not together, but each of these. And I've got one for the front. So the plan is that this one is going to go over here and stick out like that. So I'll open this way. And then this one will be on the back. Same thing, and it will open up the other way. And then I'm also going to have a tab in here. So that may come in a little bit closer and add a tab in between these. So it'll be kind of sticking out like that. Something like that. But I want to get the stitching done on it so that I can then add the trains onto each side of this. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch all of these. I'm just going to go around the whole train, and then I'm going to stitch all the way around all the pieces on here. So after I get done with that, then I will be right back. Okay, I have gotten everything stitched. So I have stitched all around this, around each panel. I don't know if you can see it, but there's stitching there. And then I have stitched around each front and back of the trains. So I've done that. Kind of hard to see. You can see it on the back side. And so both of the trains. And I've also stitched around all the luggage pieces that I'll be using for pockets. And yeah, so that's all done. So I want to stamp something, just a number or something on, let me shove all these to the side here, on these, which are just a tab punch that I have, which is this tab punch. Oops, kind of the glare. And so I have used also the Tim Holtz distress paper. So I'm going to grab my little sanding tool somewhere in here. Don't think I still have it out. Here's a sanding disc. So let me just add this on to one of my handles here real quick. There we go. And I'm just going to give this a good sanding to distress it up. I love this paper. This paper is amazing. Okay, so we get something like that. So I'm going to do both of these. Okay, and this one. Then after I sand them, I'm going to also ink them. If you haven't tried this paper yet, Tim Holtz Craft Paper, you should give it a try. It comes in all different colors, varieties of colors. So yeah, give it a try if you haven't tried it yet. Let me move over my mess off to the side here. And let me get my ink. Put this pad back on, and I want to distress these. Making it look old and grungy. Old and grungy is what I've been going for these days. Been having a lot of fun doing it too. I feel like I have glue all over my fingers. Okay, get these all done. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I pulled out a stamp set. This is Tim Holtz Field Notes. This is CMS 396, and I'm just going to pick out some of the numbers out of here and use them on these tabs. So I'm just going to pick a couple of different ones, and then I'll use one on each side, the same one on each side on each tab. Get my block here, and I'm going to be using VersaFine Clair, and this is Fallen Leaves. I like this color a lot. And I'm just going to put it at the top and turn it over and do the back side. So it'll have the same number on both sides. So each one will have its own number. So I'm going to do this one. Let's see, I'm going to make sure this is going to fit. Yeah, I think it'll fit. It'll be close, but I think it'll fit. Perfect. And got it. All right, so we've got that, and then I also want to do some of my splatter stamping here. So I'm going to use Vintage Photo again, and let's add some of this on our, I don't know what to call this, flip out, train flip out. I think this just really adds a lot of vintage look to it by adding this on. Sorry, it's a little noisy here. And let's do the other side as well. These already look old and kind of grungy, but this adds even more to it, I think. So I want to keep that vintage look going, that grungy look going. Keep adding. There we go. Okay, so we've got that done. We've got this other stamping done. So let's see. Let's put this in the right direction. And let's see. I'm going to use my bone folder if I can find it. I have a couple of them It's gotten buried here somewhere. Not sure where. Well, I'll just use the back side of these scissors. I just want to give this a little press here. Okay. So let's go ahead and add the trains. Now I've got 2, and I just need to decide which one do I want on the front and which one do I want on the back. Let's see which ones look best. And they're going to be back to back. So I'll match them up and line them up as best I can. Can always touch up with a little bit of ink afterwards, but I'm going to try and get these as close as I can matched up and straight. And then I'm going to put this in between here, like so. So it's going to look something like that. I think what I'll do is I'll glue this down on 1. So let's go ahead and glue this down. And let's see, I think right about there in the center. So let me just press that down and I'll glue it together. Okay. And then let's see, how far do I want it to come over? So I think I'll start gluing right about here. We'll get this one on and then we'll match up the back side as best we can. And I like leaving some of the threads, but I probably will trim some of this down. So let's see, let's turn this over so I can get this in the right spot. So about like that. Make sure it's straight, and it's not, so let me just adjust it a little bit. Okay, let me just trim some of these little strings. There we go. And also, let me just do a little bit of splatter stamping on the tray. Oops. Oh, I'm so sorry. I bumped into something. Okay. Got all kinds of things around me. Okay, so there's the front, and then we can put the other side on and match it up. So this side we got to put the glue all the way around. So we can match it up to the other one. And try and line it up. Okay, that looks good, both sides. All right, so we've got that. And then on the back, I want to put this train, and the same thing. I'm going to add the tab first. So let's add the tab to one side. Okay, so I want to make sure I got this right. So this is going to go on this side, like so. Let me just trim some of these strings that are getting in my way. There we go. And then do this again. Okay. Oh, let me close this up. Like so. Okay. And I think maybe I'll come up a little bit higher. So I'll kind of do about the same thing. Come in about 1/2 inch. Add the glue. Like that. And then then let me just make sure on the other side I have it down where I need to have it. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And now we'll glue this side on. And this one gets the glue all the way around. I like the stitching on here. I think it just added a little bit more texture. And we're going to line this up just like that. And press it down really good. So now we've got our two trains, so one coming out one side and one coming out the other, just like this, like that. So now we can add some pockets. Oh, and let me also add some splatter stamping to this train on both sides. And I need to do this side as well. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm going to do this up here too. Yeah. Let me do a little bit more on this side. Splatter stamping really adds a little bit to this, gives it a little bit more vintagey look. And let me just... Well, it's not really showing up on the tabs, but that's okay. Okay, so we have that. Now let's add some pockets. I've got multiples to choose from because we won't need them all. So I kind of want to stay with the colors that I got going on. So let's just trim this down a little bit. And let me trim this down just a little bit so it's not sticking out. And up here, move some of these threads out of the way. I like having the threads. I do like that. Trim them up just a little bit so it's not getting in our way too much. I left them kind of long so I could do that. Whoops. Okay. All right. So I think I want to stay with this color theme. So I think I'm going to put a pocket here, and I'm just going to do the three sides and adding it right to the edge. Just like that. So we got a suitcase here, that's a pocket. You could always add another suitcase if you wanted to. I think I might do that. Which one? Because then I can have a double pocket. Why not? I'm kind of making this up as I go along anyway, so we'll just do that. You can add some smaller tickets. And we'll just come down a little bit. Center that. Okay, so we got a second pocket here. A pocket, pocket. Just want to make sure these are down good. And then let's turn it over. Let's trim this up a little bit. There we go. It's good. That's good. Now let's see. I think maybe this one here, and I think I'm just going to do the one because I've got some kind of tall tickets that I want to add in there. So we're going to do glue on three sides again, just on the edge. And I'm just going to come up a little bit on this one and press it down. Okay. I like it. I think it's coming out great. Had no idea really how it was going to look. Okay, so let's look at some tickets. I have a whole bunch here that I've just printed out and cut out. I did print these on cardstock So they do have white backs. So let's see what's going to go in here first, and then I can give them a little vintagey look. I've got some small ones that came with the kit with the trains and the suitcases, and I think these would be really good for up in here. So let's go ahead and ink these and give them a little bit of ink on the back as well. Oh, come on, Lori. It's not that difficult. Okay, get the glue out of the way here. There's my bone folder I was looking for. Okay, so let's ink around these and go ahead and add some to the back. Just give them a little grunginess. And so let's add this ticket here. Got this one. Add some grunging on this. If you use an oxide, you could also sprinkle some water on there and get some reaction. I didn't want to have these wet, so I decided against that. Let's put another one up in this other pocket. Ink these. The rest of these tickets, except for this one and this one, I believe all came from Collards and Cornbread. Okay, so let's put, I'm going to turn these around so the trains will peek out like that. And then on the back side, let's pick out some taller tickets. Let's see what size is going to, okay, so this is going to fit. Let's see, what colors do we have here? We've got quite a few here. Some are too wide. Let's see, this one fits. We have some smaller ones too we can tuck in there. Let's see, let's go for these and one of those. And these are all centered around trains. Okay. Oops, put it in right side up. Right there. And then let's do these two smaller ones. So we got this one and this one. And we'll pop that one in there. Okay, so this is the train folio. I guess I'll just call it a flip out folio. So we got trains here, we got pockets with tickets, and on the back it will fold out again, and we've got the back side of the trains and tickets. We've got little tabs here. I kind of think I want to add maybe an eyelet. I'm thinking of an eyelet possibly on each one of these tabs. So let me just grab my box real quick. Here's my eyelet box, eyelets and brads. And let's see here. Maybe these copper ones might look kind of cool. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, I could just put them on the ends. Why not? And then I do have a couple of charms picked out. I have a suitcase and I have a clock. So we'll see. I know the clock's kind of big, but we'll see. And let's see, let's grab a couple of bulb pins. I always like adding metal pieces, so let's give it a whirl. Why not? Always adds a little character to it. Okay, so I'm just going to go right over where it says number. I'm not going to worry too much about taking that off. It still has the number here. Okay, so I've got that one. And I want it to be this way since this is the front. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one here as well. And some of the numbers are going to be off of it, but that's okay too. I'm not going to stress over stuff like that. Okay. Oh, one's a little different color. I must have been mixed up in there. Okay, well that's all right. So let's try the clock in the front, like so. Yeah, I like it. And then we'll put the little suitcase on the back. Like that. There we go. I think that finishes it. I think that just adds something. Okay, so this is the little train, vintage train folio flip out. Tickets. All kinds of the New York Central train schedules and stuff. I'll flip it over. Open it again. And we got tickets. I hope you guys like this video. I had no idea what I was doing when I started this. I just started playing and trying to figure out what I was going to use, what digitals, and I wanted to use these little trains even though they're pockets. I wanted to use them differently. So using them back to back gave me a good idea for that, just trying to match them up. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again on Wednesday. You guys all have a great day.